Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and thank you very much for joining me for an end of the week treat. This time it is the Stanley Parable. Now, for those of you wondering what the Stanley Parable is, now it's a narrator versus player type game. Now, some people also call it a walking simulator because, admittedly, there's not really much to do in these except either go against what the narrator is telling you what to do, or go with what the narrator is telling you to do. It's completely down to you. So, there is multiple choices throughout this entire game, and there's multiple endings to this game. There's multiple different achievements, different things that you can do throughout the game. It's a little bit of an interestingly windy game. Let's give it a go. The end is never the end. 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 It's never the end, but the end is loading never. Apparently. Yes. This is a loading screen. There are many other loading screens like this, but this one is this one. This loading screen makes no sense. I maybe should have loaded the game before saying hello to everybody. But I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of it having some sort of cinematic loading screen, which apparently it does not. So therefore, I am just babbling on to fill the time. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. I am a little bit mediocre, if I'm completely honest. It's snowing outside, at least there's that. But here we go. We can click the skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hello.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
This just sounds like the position that any other normal
And then
person
one
is
day,
in
something very peculiar happened.
for a normal job.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
He got a
Something
haircut.
he would never quite forget.
It was bad.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Woohoo!
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Holiday
this
day!
complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, that's me now in control. So, he's told me that I step out my office, but right now I am deciding that I'm not going to step out my office. I'm in fact going to investigate my office. There is my computer with my telephone and my in and out trays. I have a pencil sharpener. We're complete with set of pencils. I have a coffee mug. I can press keys? Nope. I can visit the filing cabinets. Hello, filing cabinets. There is not much more to see in here. It is 24 minutes past 11, and the clock is slowly ticking. So let's take a walk outside the office room. Yes. Exciting stuff.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Oh,
mean?
my door closed.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Definitely not under the tables. That is a really old telephone. Who farted? I don't know why you'd have a mug that said who farted. I'd possibly go and ask the other person and maybe sniff in their general direction. I hate Mondays. Yes, me too. Yes. Computer off. Okay. Photocopier. What do these mugs say? I like work. I just hate the boss. Okay. Smile! Oh, another mug, very nice. Oh, look at that. Very serene. Huh. Are we actually, in fact, inside a light box? Oh, there's nobody here. This computer is on. Computer off. All about power saving in this office. We don't leave computers on. What is this daft thing? There's another mug. Who farted? There was a little variety of mugs in this office, I think. Oh, what's this one say? Be my Valentine. Okay, I will be your Valentine if you give me a mug that says "Be my Valentine." I mean, it would be nice if you put the, cup of tea or a cup of coffee inside it. Oh, I closed a door. Okay, I didn't know I could open and close doors. Is this a thing? 426? Nope.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Thanks, Mr. Narrator. I was just being thorough. Oh, look at that. Moist. Nope. Yep. Yep. Touching all the things. 2 doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. I went through the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I can't go
Perhaps
back
he
either.
wanted to stop
Aw.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, of course. Ice open water. Nope. Nope. Hello, office. Nope. Door. Nope. Yeah, this is all locked up tight. Ooh, keep dry. Well, I'd say you're deeper than the office. I don't think that's going to get wet. Nice comfy chair.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I'd say so.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
With a cold drink? No? I wouldn't mind a cold drink. Wow. What a beautiful room.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Definitely. Totally. Look at these paintings. Beautiful.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What about the doors on my right? Oh, look, there's a door open at the end of the corridor. Hello. Goodbye.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Well, look, there's plans and stuff in this room. Do not lie. If you are lying, right now, stop. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. Ooh, look at this room. It's very roomy. Wow, that's a lot of boxes. Oh, this one needs a key card. There's more. There's another mug again. Like, the most interesting thing about this game so far is the huge variety of mugs. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Penalty of misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. But it says you're gonna die! Why would you get fined if you're gonna die? Surely the death penalty is better than the financial penalty. Oh,
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Quite possibly.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
yes!
I
You
don't
were
know
taking
how
too long to
convince you
explain.
of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Caution. Danger. Danger everywhere. Thanks for that. Well, I didn't want to go off up there. I wanted to get off the platform because I saw this door was open and see what was in here. What's in here? I really don't like the way doors just close and lock behind me. It's a little bit eerie. Boxes, boxes. You want some boxes? I got boxes. There's loads of boxes. Shipment number. Lots of shipment numbers. Chairs, chairs. Okay, we'll just carry on. Is there a way out of here? 2B3. Better than 2B or not 2B. Do not stand on this side of the fence. But it doesn't do anything! Okay, carry on. 2B4. 2B4 or 2B5? Hey!
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I'm colorblind. Which one's which? What about this door? Is it this one?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I went through this door. It's down here.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
This door is blue!
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
Thank you.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
Yes,
well,
I do.
Don't let me stop you.
You're not going to. Because this door is blue. It knows the truth.
You see?
Wow.
There's nothing here.
Wow.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Ah.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes, it was.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Ponies.
Skill trees?
I wanted a
Work
pony.
With me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Babies. I
Tell you
wanted
what,
babies and
Let me
ponies.
take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option.
Ooh.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take
like
it for
this.
a spin.
I like a third. Oh, it's a wooden door. It's a very wooden door. It has a hole in it. Holy moly. But there's no completed textures here. Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real
Is
critical
one low
feedback
and
here.
5 high? Should we go for a middle
Oh,
ground?
of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does
Okay,
that
we'll give you a
sound
1
good?
then.
Think we can do that?
Yeah,
yes?
yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a 1.
Wonderful.
1.
Here,
1.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new
What
version.
previous
To be
playthrough?
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this
Okay.
one. Let's take a look.
Sure. Oh. What is this? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Okay. Good old Neil, Skid, Nico, Narco, Volo is offline. Hogarth, Mr. Hayes. Wow, look at these people doing it in 20 odd seconds. Did you know that 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Wow. What? I'm 9,328th? Really? Compete against other players to improve your Stanley Parable career. In total, 91,728 doors opened. Wow, that's a lot of doors. Doors attempted, that's a lot of steps as well. Only the worst 3% chose the blue door. 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. Oh, poor old Stanley, that's just mean. Wow, you're ranked 9,328th out of 9,328 players. I am, in fact, the worst. The next above me is 3 hours? Really? Okay.
Now,
Oh.
would you say
What?
that competitive
What?
leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep
It was on the
walking
left
through
last time.
doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Let's go 1.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working
Ooh.
on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Sure.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Bring it on, buddy.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Thank you very much. Is it the loading screen the game? If so, bravo. Oh, it's a
In this game,
baby!
the baby crawls left towards
Hello.
danger.
It's
You
such
click the
a pretty
button to move him
baby.
back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Aw.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Definitely.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to
What?
make sure it's effective?
No, I'm
Be
good.
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Nope. I'm good. Nope. 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 Ooh. So, who's up for letting the baby go in the fire? This is a really annoying beep as well. Okay, I gotta do this for maybe another minute. So, you know, feel free to skip on the video at this point. I'm just gonna take a drink while I'm casually pressing the button. Listening to annoying baby loop its sound over and over and over again. Okay, so that's been about a minute. Not much more is happening. Nearly. Nope. Nope. Okay, that'll do. Burn, baby, burn.
You heartless bastard.
That's me.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Bit of column A,
Because
get
if
a
it's
column
the
B.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not
Not
even
making
going
it
to
4
try.
hours long.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Right,
Oh,
so
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, so I guess that wasn't the Stanley Parable. That was... Oh my god, it's Minecraft!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Oh
But is
my
it enough?
god.
Tell me
The
that,
sky is
Stanley.
moving, look at the
Will
clouds!
it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you.
Nice flower.
From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater
I
artistic
can't jump.
purpose.
I don't know if you can jump
Watch
in
this,
Minecraft.
Stanley.
I wish I'd
I'm
played
going to
Minecraft.
build a house.
Yes, you can shun me. I'm shameful. I've never played... Oh my god. It's...
This
Oh my god.
will go here.
Ah!
No, here. And then...
Oh my god, it's like God mode. This is a really small house.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all
Door!
off...
Give me a door!
Yes.
Yeah!
It's complete.
Woohoo!
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel
Beautiful.
ashamed at your own inadequacy.
The roof could do with a little bit of work.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've
Oh.
only gotten half the experience.
Is it like the
Please,
TARDIS?
step
Is it
inside
bigger
and
on the
make yourself
inside?
Comfortable.
Can I even get inside? Yeah,
Isn't
I
it
can.
grand.
Look at
Isn't
that.
it perfect?
Look at these
It could only
beautiful
be better if-
textures.
Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Oh,
Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes.
Diamond
Come
all
on,
the
Stanley.
things.
We have to go mining.
mining! Yay! What color diamonds are they? Are they white diamonds? Are they blue diamonds? Are they pink diamonds? Oh! Okay, looks like we can go deeper underground. We're going deeper
Oh my,
underground.
it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Achievement unlocked. You can't jump. Okay, so I'm guessing you can't jump isn't a thing. I haven't bought a light. Have you got a light? Can you give me a light? I'd like a light. Please give me a light. What's this? This texture is different from the other things. What are these? I have no idea. Ooh, what's this?
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
What was that at the end? Something growled at me. Just as I turned around to look at what it was, it hit me with a loading screen. What's going on?
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love
This is
it.
Portals!
You, trapped in a glass box with
What
no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go.
It's the
find out
Aperture
what the hell
Lab.
This is.
It is! It's Portals! Is GLaDOS here? Button! Push button! Receive bacon!
Ooh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Companion cube! Hello! Oh!
Genius.
I am master
No,
of...
actually, you know
Oh.
what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
Yeah, ha ha ha! I've had a way out. I seem to have fallen through the world. Beta work in progress. Iteration 184B22. Work in progress. What? Filing cabinets? It's like they've actually built the office. They've built like the office template into the game as a beta before actually doing the final office. Error, player invalid position. Okay, I'm guessing I'm not meant to be here. Maybe. Okay, that door opened. Oh. I think I'm falling through the world. I fell through the world. Okay, we have now appeared back in an office. Oh, it's the office from the beginning. Except it's pretty dark and very open. Okay. Oh, look, it's the left and the right door. So I've just walked through the left door. So let's go through the right door. Huh. Okay, well, if I remember right, I came down here, and then there was the office was kind of... I ignored this one, went through here, and then this was the warehouse bit. No. Okay. I'm guessing I can't do that this time. This was the door it told me to go through, which I didn't. Which then leads me back to the beginning? Yeah. Okay. So, how do I get out of here? This door's open? Now I'm back here again. Nope, that one doesn't work. I need some sort of torch, or a light would be great. Right in here. Ooh. Things are getting a bit lighter. Aha! There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh! That's a set of computers. It's got like a audio software on that machine. 425. 427. Back to my office. Okay. Buttons. Huh. Like, I'm being watched from my office? They're like CCTV cameras. Can I get into the room next to mine? No, I can't. Okay. Nope, definitely can't get... Ah.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
The pits
I
of
wonder
hell.
if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Okay.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
Sure.
The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Okay.
I can wait.
Can you? Can I? Do I have to? I don't want to wait. Can you hit me with a loading screen? I prefer a loading screen. Anytime. Okay, there we go. The end is ever the end. Oh, look, I'm back in my office again. Back we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Turn the computers off as I go again. Here we go again. Door closes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Let's
entered
go
the
for the
door
one
on
on
his
the left
left.
this time. What's in here? Just more computers. Nope. I have learned my lesson. I went through the right door this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not
Feeling
getting
a
fired.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure that your slide has slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on the text. This will ensure a calm and peaceful environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. I'm talking to you, Mr. Green Tie Man. Who wears a green tie with a blue suit? Number of slides on this slide. Charts? Charts and slides? Slides. It's a chart of charts. I like this. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Ah, charts, numbers. Rate of increase in graphics per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop, 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 stop. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Solving interpersonal conflicts. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, be more inclined towards the conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates the conflict. What are your dreams of the future? Success, transcend, plant life? Football, travel, metamorphosis, clear skin, spring break, hope, less air, what? Pollution, a boat, mitosis. Okay. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. I think we're now back at the beginning. Yes. Hey, what else we got in here? To do. Synergize. Core value expenditures. Shift global market parad. Yes. Monetize. Free to play. How do you monetize free to play? The whole point of free to play is it's free to play. Oh, I suppose that's what microtransactions are all about. Oh, post-it notes. Quarterly pie chart profits. This pie chart is looking like it's showing a good profit. Help. I'm a post-it. Also, there's pie charts on the boxes. There is a pie chart outside that window. What? It's Attack of the Pie Charts. What's going on over in this one? What do people want? Things. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Mike James, you're fired. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored segment stripes. Target demographic teenagers. What is hot? Profit, 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 profit. Requires more secondary research. Question mark, question mark, question mark. What we got here? Bi-quarterly post review. We need reviews. 402 plus 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water heaters. Charts need more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in the teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap? Work harder. Hard worker. You know, your hard at work or hardly working. Teenagers, that tiny little portion there. A lot of percentage. Space between the teenagers. Size of demographic. Throw something in the ideas bin. Okay. 10 number more bins, trash cans. 20 remaining of the idea bin. 30 firing of me. Ideas bin. Okay. There's more charts over here. Oh, there's ones on the table as well. Look, there's charts of charts. The attack of the pie charts again. This one is targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Like this one. Not cost efficient. Standalone graphics. Oh dear. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Where's the broom closet? I feel like we should have done that first. Poor old Chris is stuck in the broom closet. No one saw that ban out. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire the paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets of the topic of blah blah blah. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write today's agenda. Reflect. Last but not least, meeting room. Floor number 4XXX. Meeting schedule. Monday, weekly targets. IT department. Oh, right. Okay, now we go across. So, weekly target, admin, marketing. Group. Boring. Termination Tuesdays. That's a thing. So, if you're going to get fired, you get fired on a Tuesday. Okay. Office efficiency. Legal? Question mark. IT department. We're broke Wednesdays. Definitely a good thing. Yeah. By the middle of the week, you don't really want to be spending money, so I can completely go with that. Financial panic meeting. Okay. Boss's inspection. 8-bird. Okay. Thursday. Mergers. Mergers. Ideas and department. Okay. Oh, ideas and development, there must be. Pre-review of weekly review. Okay. Friday. Weekly review. Pranking floors meeting. Okay. What to do about 432. Ha ha ha. Nice, it rhymes. Don't tell 432 about the meeting. Oh, look! It's on the board to not tell me about the meeting. So today must be Friday. Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. There's a whiteboard manager. Really? Really? Group planning. Okay. Rip friends. Okay. So that's the meeting room now dealt with. Onwards. The broom closet. Oh, he's out of the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
So I'm guessing they let the guy out of the broom closet then. Because I don't seem to see him.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, I'm looking for the guy who was apparently locked in here. He might be in here and I just can't see him.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Sitting?
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
So I went from sitting to standing at least.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
That whiteboard said that there was someone in here, okay? He might be under here. Hello? Hello? Is he on the next shelf up?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
No,
If
there
I'd
is stuff
said
in here.
Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yeah.
But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
There was someone locked in here!
I never would have thought to mention it.
There we go. The door is now shut, okay?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
It was my favourite! Because now you've mentioned it. I'm determined to
Stanley
find
was
this guy in
fat and
here.
ugly and really, really stupid.
Wow.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
That's just
that all with
mean.
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I might go with that. Stanley had a troubled past. He's now addicted to drugs and
Well, I've
hookers.
come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Okay.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Sounds like a wise move.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Thank you.
He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Yep.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
Indeed.
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer.
Well, I
making
don't know if
sure
that
they
last bit's
understand
necessary.
basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
100%.
So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Well, it is
All
lost
right.
on me.
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. Oh, that's not the hallway. This is the broom closet. There's a broom and there's a mop bucket and tape. Duct tape. The #1 thing to solve all problems. Okay, that will do. Anyway.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person
Wow.
who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Coming soon to a staircase near you. The basement. See, if it didn't really want me to go down here, they wouldn't have had the door open. Ooh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yep.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like,
For
why is there a
example,
photocopier here?
Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh, yeah.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever
Yeah,
he went?
I noticed that bit. That kind
And
of
for
annoying.
that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Well, I've
No,
seen
Stanley
this
said to
before.
himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Oh, of
This is all a
course.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
just asleep
he
at my
wasn't
desk.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job
I just
pushing
came from here.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh my god, I am flying.
Then he
What
imagined
the
himself
hell?
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
It's the voice
this
inside.
was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake
that there
right
before?
now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
True.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Calm down.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So
Ow.
he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
I wish I got that
I
power.
want my apartment and my wife.
I wish I had a
and
wife.
my job.
I wish I had a job.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Yeah.
My
I
life
don't know about that
is
bit, though.
normal. I
Yeah.
am normal.
Maybe.
Everything will
Normal's
be fine.
normal. Normal's boring.
I am okay.
Nah, not really. As long as Stanley is, though. That's the important thing. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Stanley
I'm
began
awake.
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh. Okay. What happened to
Mariella
Stanley?
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her
myself a
belongings,
drink
and
while I'm
walked
waiting
to
for
her
this.
place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man.
Guessing
He was
that's
obviously
Stanley.
crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to
Is that a
herself how
thing?
lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
I'm not one of those crazy
I know
people.
what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
To meet the crazy
very
person.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Really?
And then she turned and ran.
What? You just leave the body there? Don't you call someone? What? Don't just leave the body in the street? The end is never the end. So am I now Stanley or am I now Miranda?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
So
He
I'm,
could no
I'm still
longer
Stanley,
recall.
okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Still being energy efficient. Awaiting input. Input received. Can I press buttons? I'd like to press buttons. Okay. Just carry on, I guess. Is that a lovely leafy, moist, leafy plant? Meadows. Oh, look, the door didn't close behind me. Okay. The doors don't close behind me anymore? I feel like I should try opening doors as I'm going along now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Nope,
doors,
not
he
falling for
entered
that
the
one
door
again.
on it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do like admiring a good lounge, me.
Wow. Yes, this room. But
Moving on.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I will close that door. No, I won't. I will carry on walking.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he
Okay,
wasn't
this
5
time I'm
years
going to take the
ago.
cargo lift all the way across.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I'll let you finish what you're
I'm
going to
not
say
your
this time.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
This is a big
but
warehouse.
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, you telling me?
There's
Yeah?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
What about Miranda?
I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
Oh, is that Miranda?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Don't be so cruel. Ooh, this is a very black room.
That's her, Stanley.
What?
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yes, I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful
broke
choices?
game, okay.
What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Well done.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Thanks, buddy.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
He's got a really big
He
tie.
could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
Okay.
Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
What?
Which choice would you make?
The latter.
Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking
Fish.
with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Oh.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
What? A back sack and crack? What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Just the 8?
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Nope,
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh my...
Welcome back.
What?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I want to pick up the phone. There seems to be forklifts in here. Okay. So do I just go back in, or... No? Okay. Can I go through here? Nope. Go across on the cargo lift again?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Right, good.
Imagine the main character
look.
dying senselessly
Put a fence
halfway
on it
through the
now.
story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. And the door opens. Look at that. Beautiful. So we go all the way back, I guess? Door opens, okay. I can't go back through there. Well, we're going back to the office lounge. Yay.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Yay!
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
So it's at
that
the right
means
door, then.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There we go.
No! Why did you do that?
Oh.
Quickly, hurry
What?
back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
The game appears to be breaking. Oh my god, look at this filing cabinet! That doesn't seem to be a good way to store files. That's definitely not a good way to store files. Okay. The game's broken. Let's try again. Definitely broken. Definitely broken. What about this door? Nope. Okay. Guess we're gonna take the left door this time. There's no way, nothing more to do. Look at this wonderful art. Love me a good piece of art.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you
whiteboard's
destroyed
okay.
my work. Why? For
Grr,
what?
everywhere.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage?
board is broken.
It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
It's called
No, I
life's
have to.
decisions, my
I
friend.
have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, don't do that.
I have to.
Don't do that. Hi.
Oh, I'm here.
Welcome
I'm
back.
still here.
Thanks.
Here in this pile of rubbish.
Where?
With you.
Oh.
You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
It's me.
My entire game is
It's
destroyed.
me, Stanley.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
There's a
You
beeping
just
red
had to
light.
see?
I can't see where
Didn't
it
I
is.
impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
I am like Stanley.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Really?
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I love being a child.
My story.
I know it won't last forever.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility.
Yep.
You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Wow.
It would have been so perfect.
But I did
worked
go through
so
the door on the
hard
left.
on it. I tried
Just
so
not
hard.
immediately. Oh. Did I break it again?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I like the sound of destroying this bunker thing. I want to do this. What is this bunker? I want to destroy this bunker. Nice office.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah,
Coming
let's go
to a
this time.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boss, where are you, boss? Ooh, nice wallpaper. Wow, this is very, very wooden. Hello, door. Oh. Boss is over here, maybe? Double doors? No. Ooh, we're in the green room.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I am the most
Shocked,
expensive
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115. Nightshark 115. Oh, apparently not.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I'm pressing it.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm trying. Nightshark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
There's a panda.
The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Nightshark 115.
When Stanley came
What
to a
the
set of
hell?
two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
What?
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Oh, the narrator sounds like he needs a hug.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
This game was made by Galactic Cat. The end is never the end. We're back again. Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
What?
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
Except there's a clock on the wall.
For sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
This is how linear time works. Well done. So was that another playthrough? Just done? Great, thanks.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his
So
responsibility?
that does triggers one of the endings, is closing the door.
No. This couldn't go any
So just
way
wait for him
except
to play it
badly.
through again.
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Just gonna
And
sit
I
here
can be
and rock
happy
backwards and
forever.
forwards.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days.
Hey, Barry,
Had years gone
call
by,
on line
he no longer
1.
had the ability to tell.
I can see the red light. There's
But
a
the
call.
one thing he knew
Get
for
the
sure,
call.
beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Push button.
Eventually, someday, they
Proceed,
would arrive.
bacon.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Great. Let's just walk out again, shall we? That's a lot of paper. What?
All of his co-workers
lasers?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I mean, if these are all the memos, there's a good possibility that I missed one of these. But I think they need to get someone on recycling in here, because that is a lot of paper. Was that door always open? Oh, I can't put... that one used to ask me to input a code. Carry on, shall we?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I want a happy ending. No, I won't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Doop-boop-doo.
Look,
Nice
Stanley,
stand.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Does
the wrong
falling to my
foot
death
here.
count as an ending?
I'm not your enemy, really.
I mean, that door is open down there.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you, buddy! It counts as an ending, okay? Oh, look at the paperwork's gone.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
This computer now asks. Bum, bum, ba-dum.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Go through this door.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. I'll go through that eventually. I'll do that on the next one.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I want to go and answer the phone this time. For the happy ending. Give me a happy ending. I want a happy
Stanley,
ending.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
There's a door up there.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Let's answer the phone this time.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to...
It did fade to white. That was right. Oh, apartment number 427?
Is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
All right, no problems.
All right. Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
your day.
What the what?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
I know, right?
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on
Next to
here.
the freaky model thing? Hello? Nice boobs.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee 427. Press Z on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Thanks. Press 8.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yep. Press Y.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic
I could totally
adventures.
push a button
From
that tells me
behind
not
his
to push.
desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
Sure it was.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press G to watch TV.
And so he began to
Oh, the
fantasize
TV
about his
went.
own job. First, he imagined that
This is
one
my
day
office
while
desk.
at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
How you
The thought
doing?
excited him terribly.
Press Z to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
The door on the
It
right.
barely
Yep.
even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press 6 to prepare dinner. I could totally
As he
do that.
wandered through this fantasy
Aww.
world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Ooh.
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Aye. Press M to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no
Press
answer.
number 1 to tell
How
your
could
wife
there
you love
possibly
her.
be?
Aw.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press Z to go to
And I'm
sleep.
trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Nice pencil. What do these files say? Can I actually read that? Huh, no. So, yeah. I'm guessing I have to press the button to actually continue the story, but, you know, I don't really want to press a button. I can use WASD and not press any button. I can put Q, I can put E. Ooh, E. E makes clicky sounds. Okay. Yeah, nice lights, and the clock still works at least. Nice choice of grey. It's like graphite grey. 2 tones with nice cream white. Yeah, nice yellow box. I like a yellow box. The golden 427. I don't know. I'd say this is an IKEA desk. It looks like it's from IKEA. It's got the nice holes in the corners for your computers, but there's no cables. The cables seem to be just looped around and not really doing so much. And I don't know if putting a desk right in front of a door is a bit of a fire hazard, or leaving this thing pushed over to one side is a bit of a fire hazard. not really the wisest thing in the world. So, guessing I'm pressing N?
You see?
Thanks.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand?
I'm back in the office.
The second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 4 to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him.
Go for it.
I'm compelled to. I must.
Thanks, buddy.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die?
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Did I push a button? Did I push the button? I think I pushed the button. The end is never the end. Okay. More going through the door on the... Is the phone ringing? When did that happen? What?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work.
Woohoo!
Can you verify that this is correct?
This is correct. It is correct.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
I'm looking forward to those boxes. Woohoo! Okay. I want some boxes. Give me some boxes. I love me some boxes. I love some boxes. Okay. Well, none of the computers this time want me to input anything. Nope. 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 Love me some boxes. I'll love those boxes. So I guess we're gonna go through the left door this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
No, we're gonna
he
go through
entered
the right
door
one.
on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
And then we're gonna go
Stanley
through the
knew it
left door
perfectly
when it
well.
asks me up here.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
4B9.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach,
What?
giddy in a way he had never known before.
I hadn't heard that one before.
Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Oh, I love your
I
room.
mean, truly,
Look at you and your beautiful
madly
art.
love.
It's so green. It's so blue. And I want to make love to you.
Yes, really,
Oh.
really worth it being here in the room.
Okay.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have
Oh,
mysteriously
wall.
vanished,
Oh,
here you sit
wall.
looking at these chairs
It's
and some
so
paintings.
angular.
Really worth it.
Oh, paint and mug.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on
Oh,
creepy
whoa.
and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Oh,
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, I might as well this time.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
There's a big red button. I have to press the big red button because it's big and red. It has an arrow. What does it do? Where am I going? I'm loading.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
No, right,
from here,
right.
it's,
Not left.
left.
No. It's not left. No, I'm not convinced. You sounded lost. I think I'm gonna get lost if I go left.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Wow, this guy. Trolled.
No,
Wow.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the
I'm
right?
gonna stand by this door now.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Really? Really?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now.
It's gonna be
This
straightforward,
story is
isn't it?
absolutely, definitely this way.
Aha! made it through before you could close it this time. Going deeper underground. Oh my, oh my.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
This is like the architect in the Matrix.
Who am I kidding?
Fired.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No, don't do that.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I noticed there was a pirate copy up there. Great. Here we go again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No boxes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Off to the meeting room.
When Stanley... Wait.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
No,
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
There's many
Or
doors.
Did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
There's a lot of doors.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
What?
Let's find the story.
I'd like to go over here, but I don't think I can. This one looks like it goes around. Let's go through here. Hello. We're going on an adventure. This one kind of... I'm so completely lost now. Ooh.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, don't do that.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
No. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, mugs.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Back we go again. Computer off. No input. Oh, input is required. What?
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Whoa!
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Okay.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Definitely. What? That wasn't the same room. I didn't see that missing a ceiling before. Has that always missed a ceiling? What? Now this computer's got something on the screen. Username access. Okay, computer off.
Aha! I knew we'd miss
That's
something.
blue.
The story. Here it comes.
Woohoo! Story.
No, wait.
What?
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What? Oh, this wasn't here a minute ago.
Now this...
Bendy, hello?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Where's your ink machine?
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Woohoo!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so
Make a little
good
love.
job.
Get down tonight.
Oh,
Get down
no.
tonight.
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Aww.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
But it was fair. You
Okay.
said I win.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time.
It's my
I have to restart.
country barn conversion. Oh, there's another restart. Thanks, buddy. Oh, it's the Stanley Parable
All right,
Adventure Line.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Woohoo!
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Not very simple, because I've already come off it. So turn off the computer, because I am conscious about our power usage. This one. And... oh! Well, that's different. This route isn't usually open. It's playing solitaire. I can't even turn it off. Well, I carry on normally this way. Yeah.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, I'll go back to the line then. That explains why there was no door choice there. So, let's follow the line. Or not. Okay, we're following the line. 4v5, 4v4, 4v7. That was a little bit
You
zigzaggy.
see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny!
Look, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Uh-oh.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Definitely.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird
What
back
is
there.
going on with this line?
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
We're on an epic quest, we're going through the office. We're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, huzzah! Oh, 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 oh. I feel like we're winning! This music's epic! I'm going forth, it's epic! Look at all these boxes! Many, many boxes. Epic, epic boxes. Annual reviews. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, departmental accounts. What is going on with this line? It's employee 432 peer reviews. I want to go here. Personnel files. What? What? Where's this line? What? What? This makes no sense! The line goes down a corridor that exists only in this small space here? What? Hang on a minute. What? Let's go down here, I guess? I'm in a pocket universe, I swear. Yep, definitely pocket universe. So let's go for the stairs. Nice plant.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Oh,
Stanley,
thanks.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
I did say it was a nice plant.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Okay.
You won't want to miss anything.
I'd say there's exactly 426 leaves on this. It's green. It's a leafy fern. That'll do. Anyway, zigzag.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Yep,
No.
apparently.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable,
Go home,
right?
Line, you're drunk.
The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
We're now going out here. Okay. Oh, we're back in the Matrix.
Oh, no.
We've reached the
Again,
end.
How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted
Yeah,
you,
look, there's a pirate copy over there.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, really? Okay, here we go again. Turn off computer. Oh, we made 2 beeps this time.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Yeah, I know,
We're
right?
intelligent people, right?
Definitely.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly
Can I cartwheel
doable.
through the
Why
entire
don't we
office?
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, totally. Let's go.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
This is many
Go
corners.
wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Onwards and upwards, narrator.
Oh, no,
Oh,
not
the adventure
you
line
again.
has returned.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
I
Just
concur.
don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, we'll just keep walking down this corridor. We'll completely ignore the line. We'll just pretend the line didn't go up that ceiling and just carry on through the rooms. Here we go.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Right
From
door.
here, the story is in our control.
Always the right door.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Of course.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Loading.
Okay.
Loading.
So I know that
Loading.
each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
It's gonna be the
Our
left door.
destiny awaits.
Oh. Ooh. A confusion ending?
Hold up, what's this?
Deviate
confusion
from maintenance room,
ending.
end up in monitor
You're
room.
telling me
Narrator restarts
that's
the
what
game
this
first
is?
restart.
It's all
Discover
one
2
giant
doors. Room
ending?
now has many
and
additional
we're supposed
doors.
to restart the game
Aimless wandering.
8 times? That's really how all this
Yeah.
goes?
The narrator is
It's
gone.
all
After a long time, Stanley dies.
determined?
Great.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Narrator forgets about
My
previous
mind goes
restart.
blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
There is
really?
no longer an office, simply a black
No,
space.
it can't
Wander in the
be.
blackness, find a
I don't want
bookstore,
it to
get
be.
bored and
I don't
leave.
want the game to
Narrator
keep
restarts the
restarting.
game.
I don't want
Narrator
to forget
restarts
what's
the
going
game.
on. I don't want to be
Attempt to make up
trapped
a
like
story.
this. I won't
Find an
restart the
identical
game. I
replica
won't
of the
do
office.
it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Guess what? We're doing it.
And the timer stopped?
Yay!
Does that mean
We
did we
win!
do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that
Give
made this
me
schedule?
fireworks again.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Maybe? Possibly?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
So,
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
indeed.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Me too.
Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Indeed.
So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
Indeed.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in the meantime...
Oh, really? Guess that was another ending. It was the confusion ending. Let's see if the narrator has forgotten the story again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yep.
What could it
He's
mean?
reset again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dum-dum-de-dum. off. Bum, 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 bum. Username access. Aha, we have two doors again.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
No, he didn't.
He entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
That one's a
Perhaps
mess
he
this
wanted
time.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The adventure line! The adventure line's in this room now! I didn't notice that before. Nope.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic.
Oh yeah, it's very majestic.
Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room.
Yeah,
It all
pretty
made
much, actually.
Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile.
What?
At last, proof that he was human.
I'm bleeding? Why am I bleeding?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Woohoo! Yeah. Back out to the decision room? No? No. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Nope.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, he didn't. Or did he? Let's go up to the boss's office. Oh! Executive bathroom? That wasn't there before, was it? Input received. 3 characters? Okay. What? This office is different now. There's a room behind here. I can see through the door. Huh. Piano.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Wow. Nice
Shocked,
office.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Ooh.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his
411?
boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But I happened to guess it.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
Woo!
by sheer luck.
Thanks, narrator.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh, big door. Bags of what? Link Plus. Okay. What's in here? Like a maintenance room. Oh, there's a lift. Big red button. Going down. First class. Oh, we have another loading screen. Did we just restart the game again? Please don't say we restarted the game again. Did we just escape? Please say we escaped. Ooh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
What
Why
is
did he
my
feel
job?
this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh, that lift kind of broke. That's kind of...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But that says escape. That says escape. But that says escape. I want to escape. I don't want to... That says escape. I'm going to go where the door says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. It's a long hall.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Is this the end? Hold your breath and count to 10. I apparently have just fallen in. Feel my heart explode. In the end...
As the machine whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I'm so getting
Perhaps
squished.
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
No!
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Thanks. What happened?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh no. Oh. Or so they said?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I was just saved by another person.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The corridor. Right, so we've got Stanley's computer. We have the office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game, the pathway. Sorry, the path from Stanley's office to the two-door was the first part the game was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Okay. Then we have the corridor. The pacing of this open section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. Okay. The two doors. The set of two doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension from it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Okay. Doors 1, 2, and 3. The office. All the doors are locked. This is the art. Nature paintings. Ooh. 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 Filing cabinets. Okay. Office computers. Employee database. Solitaire. Installing. When we have buttons. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Perfect. Credits. The Stanley Parable credits. Written and directed by Davey Rednan and William Parr. Lovely. Like the Museum L. Stanley, the office. Ah, the wonderful maintenance room. So, maintenance-y. An early version of the maintenance room. Ah, a photocopier. What I always wanted. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Okay. Larger words. Am I going crazy? Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games to Steam. The Greenlight's page has had a series of cryptic photos, which which were still enough to win the community's approval. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win, but it says to lose. The screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD Remix. Okay. What? That's like Tron. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose of the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. It does look like Tron. And there's a broken bicycle. What's that like? Emails? Are you a rock? Okay. Narrator emails. After a second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Dead strong bad. How do you type with a boxing gloves on? Ben. Okay. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck and what? A question brought to you by the fourth intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I don't... Why? How? We'll do one more. Oh, that's a long one. Oh, that'll do. Office? The lounge. Ooh. The apartment timer. Uh-oh. Oh. In a previous version, the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Ooh. Cargo lift, which is the one we did. The other cargo lift. Ooh. There's another room back here. There's another room off of this room. There are many rooms here. Maintenance layout. Oh wow, look, there was so many. There was a vent. What about this? I didn't even see the vent. Two other options. One option. One doorway back to the room. Wow. Meeting room. There were so many different options that I didn't take. There's rooms off of this rooms. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Okay. Zending model. Okay. Exciting. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Options. Return to menu. Very nice. Buttons. Ooh. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. There's a countdown room? What was that? Countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. I haven't experienced a countdown ending. Okay. How am I going down? I've never gone up. Oh, I have gone up once. Okay, I am legitimately at the point now that I have no idea where I am. Oh, I'm back here in the credits room. Okay. So I was just trying to figure out, was there an actual exit out of here? I did see an exit sign back there, actually, I think. Yeah, look, there's an exit sign here. Hey, the Stanley Parable.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Can we turn it off? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me for this week's End of the Week treat. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Regardless of whether this game has now ended, I'm going to end this video here after I pull this lever and see what it does. And until the next video, adios.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Quit! It won't let me quit!